Hi guys! Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Teach Marky, your science buddy na magpapaliwanag sa inyo ng mga lessons nyo sa science. For this video, what you're gonna learn is about comparison of mitosis and meiosis and their role in the cell division. Specifically, describe the stages of the cell cycle, describe the changes that occur during each stage of mitosis and meiosis, and differentiate spermatogenesis from oogenesis using a graphic organizer, and state the significance of meiosis in maintaining the number of chromosomes in each process. But before anything else, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification button para maging updated kayo sa mga bagong science video discussions na i-upload ko. So what are we waiting for? Let us now explore the world of science. Before we proceed with our discussion, I have a challenge for you. I will call it Spot the Similarities. I'm going to play a video clip and you're going to answer one question. The question is, what are the physical features that Atasha got from her father and from her mother? This is the video clip.
Talaga nga namang saludong-saludo at iniidolo ng lahat si Aga Muhlach. Sino ba ang hindi gwapong-gwapo kay Aga? Binata pa lang si Aga ay talagang hangang-hanga na ang lahat sa kanya. Hindi nakapagtataka kung bakit napao niya ang ating Miss Universe Philippines na si Charlene Gonzales. Nagkatuluyan nga si Aga at Charlene. Siyempre, lahat nga naman ay nakakakilala sa kanilang mga anak. Sila ang isa sa mga famous twins na sina Andres at Atasha Muhlach. 19 years old na si Atasha at talagang manang-mana sa kanyang mommy at daddy. Pero, imbis na pumasok sa showbiz ay prioridad ni Atasha ang makapagtapos sa pag-aaral. Sa katunayan, ito ang unang beses na mapapalayo siya sa kanyang pamilya at sa kanyang kakambal na si Andres. Habang si Andres naman ay mag-aaral naman sa United States. Kaya naman sa isang pahayag ni Aga ay sinabi talaga niya na gusto niyang sulitin ang bawat oras at minuto kasama ang kanyang pamilya bago umalis si Atasha patungong United Kingdom. Napakaganda nga naman talaga ni Atasha. Pero hindi lang basta outward appearance dahil inside and out ay talagang may magandang katangian si Atasha.
Again, let us take a look at the physical features of Atasha, and this is the picture of her father, and this is the picture of her mother. So these are the physical features that you're going to look into. The first one is eyes. We can say that her eyes came from her father. Her nose, it came from her mother. Her lips, we can say that it came from her mother. Face shape, it came from her mother. Skin color, dominantly it came from her mother. Hair color, it came from both of her parents. And smile, we can say that she got it from her father. Again, these are the different physical features that Atasha got from her parents. In the previous activity you did, na kung saan in-identify niyo yung physical features ni Atasha as compared sa kanyang parents. Ang tawag natin dun sa science ay heredity, or ito yung passing on of traits from parents to their offspring. Pag sinabi nating traits, ito yung characteristics or katangian na usually nakukuha ng anak sa kanilang magulang or naipapasa or naipamamana ng parents sa kanilang anak. Si Atasha ay merong kambal, ang pangalan niya ay si Andres. Kung titingnan nyo yung kanilang physical features, hindi sila 100% na magkamuka. Another thing na kahit sila ay galing sa isang magulang, hindi 100% na lumabas na sila ay magkaparehas ng traits. Ang tawag natin doon ay variation, which refers to individual that possesses characteristics different from the others of the same kind. Ibig sabihin lang nito, kung ang parent ay magkakaroon ng maraming anak, hindi lahat ng anak niya ay magkakamuka, kahit na sila ay galing sa kanila. So that is what we call variation. Heredity and variation, that one is under genetics. So what is genetics? Genetics is the study of heredity and variation. Ang pinaka-aim ng genetics ay maintindihan kung bakit yung mga traits na yon ay naipapasa from the parents to the offspring, or from the parent and then sa next na generation mag-a-appear or lalabas yung traits na yon from the original parent. At bakit nagkakaroon ng variation or pagkakaiba yung mga offspring knowing the fact na sila ay galing sa isang magulang. So that's how genetics will enlighten our minds when it comes to heredity and variation. Sinasabi na ang cells ay nanggaling from pre-existing cells. Sinasabi lang nito na walang cells na mabubuo kung wala siya pinanggalingan na pre-existing cells, or walang organism na mabubuo kung walang pinanggalingan na organisms. So lahat ng organisms, whether yan ay bacteria, plants, animals, or humans, lahat yan ay nag-undergo sa tinatawag natin na cell division para ma-fulfill nila or magawa nila yung particular role ng organism na yan. So as I said, lahat ng living things or organisms ay nagsimula sa cell. So what is a cell? A cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all life because lahat ng organisms or living things ay binubuo ng cells. Generally, meron dalawang category ang cell. Ito yung unicellular and multicellular cells. Yung mga unicellular cells, usually in composition yan ay single cell or there's only one cell. And then yung gamit na kanyang cellular reproduction ay para mag-multiply or mag-increasing number. And yung process of reproduction ng mga unicellular organisms ay tinatawag na asexual reproduction. Ito yung hindi na kailangan ng partner para makapag-produce ng isang offspring. At ang tawag nila doon sa process na yun ay binary fission, na kung saan isa siyang uri ng asexual reproduction na yung cell na yan ay dinidivide niya yung sarili niya at yung cell na na-divide, magdi-divide ulit siya at yung mga na-divide na cell, magdi-divide siya na magdi-divide hanggang sa dumami yung kanyang population. So that's how binary fission works. And ang mga examples ng organisms under unicellular are amoebas, bacteria, and plankton. When it comes to multicellular, ang composition nito ay more than one or it has many cells. Ang gamit naman ng cellular reproduction para sa mga multicellular organisms is production of new tissues, lalo na kung yun ay na-worn out or na-damage. So kailangan mapalitan yun through cellular reproduction. Ginagamit din ito for the growth and development. One good example of this is yung human embryo dun sa womb ng mother na kung saan nag-undergo ng rapid and successive rounds of cellular reproduction para mabuo yung mga vital organs and body parts ng baby sa loob ng 9 months. Even after pagkapanganak, yung cells ay patuloy pa rin nagdi-divide para sa continued growth and development ng tissues ng baby na yon. Ang process of reproduction ng mga multicellular organisms ay sexual and asexual reproduction. Ang sexual reproduction, ito yung kailangan ng partner at they need to have sexual intercourse para makabuo sila ng offspring. Ang mga example organisms under multicellular ay humans, plants, and animals. This time, I have a challenge for you. I will call it Genius Challenged. I'll be flashing a picture on the screen. All you have to do is to identify the parts pointed by the line. This is part number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. And these are the possible answers. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Let us check if all your answers are correct. Number 1, that is what we call plasma membrane. Number 2, chromosome. Number 3, that is nuclear membrane. Number 4, that is nucleolus. Number 5, that's spindle fibers. And number 6, that is centriole. If all your answers are correct, congratulations! Dun sa activity na ginawa nyo kanina, pinakita lang dun yung mga parts ng cell na visible or makikita nyo later kapag nagkaroon ng mitotic cell division na tinatawag. So for this part, let us look at first yung inside the nucleus. Ano ba yung nasa loob ng nucleus? Itong nakikita nyo is the DNA structure and chromosome. Ito yung chromosome. So kapag hinimay-himay natin tong chromosome na to, ito yung makikita natin sa loob niya. This one is what we call the chromatin fiber. Chromatin fibers, ito yung genetic materials ni cell na in the form of long, thin threads na kung saan nirarap niya or binabalot niya itong tinatawag natin na globular histone protein. Kapag minagnify natin yan, tiningnan natin pinakaloob-loob niyan, ito yung makikita nyo. Itong segment of DNA molecule, at itong side na to, this is what we call the nucleotide strand. At itong mga nakikita nyo ito ng mga iba't ibang kulay, ang tawag natin dito ay mga nitrogenous bases. Itong yellow, that is what we call the cytosine. Itong red, that is what we call the thymine. And then color green, that is the guanine. And then the blue is the adenine. More of this will be discussed in your next grade level. Ang tawag natin dito sa dalawang to is sister chromatids. Okay? Itong sister chromatids na yan, meron yung mga parts. Itong part na nakikita nyo, that is what we call the centromere. Ito yung region na kung saan makikita si kinetochore. Si kinetochore, siya yung magsisilbing attachment ni spindle fiber na kung saan si chromosomes ay hahatakin papunta sa opposite poles during cell division. Later, you will see how kinetochore plays an important role during the cell division. Now, let us get to know more yung mga organelles or parts ng cell na visible during cell division. In humans, estimated merong 25,000 na genes na mostly makikita yon dun sa chromosomes ng isang normal na tao. Yung genes, ito actually yung basic physical and functional unit of heredity. Dito nakapaloob yung mga characteristics or traits ng isang organism. Ang genes ay binubuo ng DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Dito mismo sa loob ng DNA makikita yung biological instructions or yung mga characteristics or traits ng organism na yan that will make that organism different from other species or organisms. This part is what we call plasma membrane. Si plasma membrane, tinatawag din yan cell membrane. Makikita yan sa lahat ng cells. Siya yung nagsiseparate ng interior ni cell from the outside environment. And then this one, itong thread-like structure, that is what we call chromosome. This one is what we call nuclear membrane. Ito ay isang double membrane layer na siya naman nagsiseparate ng contents nitong nucleus, itong nasa gitna, from the rest of the cell. This one is what we call nucleolus. Ito yung round body na makikita siya sa loob ng nucleus ng isang eukaryotic cell. Si spindle fiber ay isang protein structure na nagdi-divide ng genetic material ng isang cell. At last one, itong centriole, ito naman yung paired organelles or yung cellular structure na makikita dito sa may cytoplasm. This one is the cytoplasm. Itong part na to. Please do remember these organelles so that later you can easily understand the mitotic division. This time I have another challenge for you. I will call it That Cell Looks Familiar. I'm going to flash two pictures on the screen. All you have to do is to identify which one is an animal cell, which one is a plant cell. These are the pictures. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Let us check if your answer is correct. The first picture is the plant cell. The second one is the animal cell. Now, tingnan yung dalawang pictures. Anong pinagkaiba ni plant cell kay animal cell, most especially sa parts nito? Kung ang sagot mo ay si plant cell, rectangular yung shape niya, meron siyang cell wall, meron din siyang chloroplast, at meron siyang large vacuole na hindi makikita kay animal cell. Kung ang sagot mo ay parehas ng sagot ko, congratulations! In the previous activity you did, si plant cell and animal cell, sila ay mga living cell na nag-undergo ng different stages of development, na ang tawag doon ay cell cycle. During the entire lifespan ng isang cell, siya ay nag-undergo ng mga paulit-ulit na steps of growth, development, tsaka division na ang tawag nga natin ay cell cycle. Ang cell cycle, isa siyang series of events na nangyayari sa isang cell habang siya ay nag-grow at nagde-divide. Sa cell cycle, meron siyang two main stages. Ito yung interphase at yung tinatawag natin na M-phase or either mitosis or meiosis. Sa interphase, dito nagkakaroon ng growth si cell, nag-accumulate ng mga nutrients, nag-replicate or kinokopya yung mga genetic materials. Meron itong tatlong stages. Itong G1 or growth or gap phase, S or synthesis phase and yung G or growth phase. Depende sa type ng cell, 90% ng cell cycle ay devoted dito kay interphase. And then yung mga natitirang oras will be spent na dito kay M phase or what we call cell division. Let us take a look at yung mga nangyayaring process per phase. So for G1 or growth or gap 1 phase, usually ang nangyayari dito sa stage na to, yung cell ay very young pa dyan at nag-undergo pa siya ng rapid growth. Si cell dito sa phase na to ay na-attain niya na yung kanyang normal size. Yung mga organelles ng cells dito ay unti-unti nang na-form. At dito rin si protein, naglalabas din siya dito ng enzymes na nakakatulong para doon sa susunod na phase which is kay S phase. In most cells, si G1 yung longest na phase. Yung next na phase ay si S or synthesis phase na kung saan yung DNA dito, siya yung main composition ng chromosomes inside this nucleus. Ito yon. Nagdo-double na siya dito sa stage na to at ang tawag natin sa process na yon ay replication. At yung end ng stage na to, yung chromosome niya ay made up na siya ng dalawang sister chromatids na naka-attach doon sa may centromere. Centromere, ito yung region na kung saan may kita yung kinetochore. Dito naman sa stage 3 or the G2 or growth phase, nagkakaroon na dito ng preparation para sa cell division. Nagkakaroon na rin dito ng assembly ng mga proteins tulad ng microtubules na isang hollow protein fibers na nakakatulong para makamove si chromosome kapag nagkaroon na ngayon ng cell division. Yung stage 4 or yung M phase or mitosis or meiosis, dito na si cell nag-undergo ng cell division. Meron tong 4 na stages. Ito yung tinatawag natin na prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Ang tawag natin sa division of the nucleus dito sa part na to is karyokinesis. At yung division naman or pagdidivide ng cytoplasm is what we call cytokinesis. Once again, take a look at the summary of the cell cycle. Stage 1 or the G1 phase, Stage 2 or the S phase, Stage 3 or the G2 phase, Stage 4 or the M phase. This time I have another challenge for you. I will call it Genius Challenge. I'm going to flash 4 pictures on the screen. All you have to do is to name that picture of the cell division. Picture number 1, picture number 2, picture number 3, picture number 4. And these are the names that you will use in each picture. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Let us check if your answers are correct. Picture number 1, that is what we call metaphase. Number 2, that is anaphase. Number 3, that is prophase. And number 4, that is telophase. If all your answers are correct, congratulations. In the previous activity you did, those actually are the stages of mitosis. So what is mitosis? Mitosis is a type of cell division in which nucleus of the cell divides into 2 nuclei with identical genetic material. Ibig sabihin, ito ay nagre-resulta ng dalawang daughter cells na mayroong same number ng chromosomes similar dun sa parent cell. Ito nga yung tinatawag natin na diploid na may symbol na 2-end. Ibig sabihin, meron tong 2 sets of chromosomes, yung isang set galing sa father, yung isang set naman ay galing sa mother. Sa tao, meron tayong 46 na chromosomes na nag-undergo ng mitosis. And then ito ay nagpo-produce ng dalawang identical daughter cells at ang bawat daughter cell ay mayroong 46 na chromosomes. Ang mitosis nag-o-occur yan sa mga eukaryotes. Ito din ay ginagamit ng mga multicellular organisms for growth and development, i-repair yung mga tissues na nasira, at in asexual reproduction. Ang mitosis ay tuloy-tuloy na process. At meron tong 4 na stages. Ito yung prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Sa stage 1 or the prophase stage, dito si long and thread-like chromatids during the interphase, nag-start na siya mag-coil at nagiging visible na siya under compound microscope. Tapos si chromosome dito sa stage na to, meron na siyang 2 identical sister chromatids. Ito nakikita nyo dito. Yan ay resulta ng DNA synthesis. And then yung membrane ng nucleus dito or yung nuclear membrane, nagdi-dissolve na or nawawala na siya at si spindle fibers ay unti-unti na rin napo-form dito. Ito yung si spindle fibers, unti-unti na rin napo-form. Mapapansin nyo rin dito na si centrioles, ito, ay nagmamigrate na siya or nagmo-move na siya opposite ng poles ng cell. Tapos si nucleolus dito ay nag-disappear na rin, hindi na rin siya makikita. Stage 2 or metaphase, mapapansin nyo, spindle fibers ay unti-unti na kumoconnect dun sa centromere ng bawat chromosomes. At si chromosomes ay unti-unting nag-move dito at nag-a-align sa center. Na tawag natin doon ay metaphase plate. Stage 3 or what we call anaphase, dito sa stage na to, yung protein na nagbabind or nagdidikit dito sa two sister chromatids na to ng bawat chromosome na yan ay nagdi-divide na or nahahati na. And then, susundan na ngayon yan ng movement ng separated chromosomes papunta dito sa may opposite poles ng cell. Nangyayari ito dahil sa nasusorted na or umiikli na yung spindle fiber. Stage 4 or telophase, ang nangyayari dito sa stage na to, yung chromatids na ngayon ay chromosomes na, ay makikita na dito sa may opposite poles ni cell. And then yung nuclear membrane, ito, unti-unti na rin siyang na-form around dito sa chromosome at nag-start na rin siyang mag-uncoil. Tapos, si spindle fibers, na-dissolve na rin siya at nawala. It is also important to note here na yung bawat chromosome ng daughter cell ay composed only of one chromatid na lang. After ng cell division ng nucleus na tinatawag natin ng karyokinesis, yung cytoplasm nag-start na siyang mag-divide at ang tawag natin sa process na yun ay cytokinesis. Sa mga plants and other cells na mayroong cell wall, yung cytokinesis ay nag-i-start dito sa may middle ng cell and then mag-move siya outward, palabas. Ang tawag natin sa process na yun ay plate formation. Yung cytokinesis naman in animal cells and other cells na walang cell wall, nag-i-start usually yung cytokinesis nila dito sa exterior ni cell, mag-move yan inward hanggang si cell ay ma-divide na into two. Ang tawag sa process na yun ay cleavage furrow formation. Once again, take a look at the summary of the stages of mitosis. Stage 1, prophase. Stage 2, metaphase. Stage 3, anaphase. Stage 4, telophase. Please do remember what is happening in each stage of mitosis. Another type of cell division is what we call meiosis. Meiosis is used by multicellular organisms para sa formation ng reproductive cells nila or tinatawag na gametes tulad ng sperm cells sa mga male, egg cells sa mga female, at spores naman sa mga plants. Meron dalawang parts ang meiosis. Yung meiosis 1, tinatawag tong reduction division, na kung saan nire-reduce dito or binabawasan yung number ng chromosomes from diploid to haploid. Very similar to kay mitosis kasi meron din tong 4 basic steps. Ito yung prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, and telophase 1. A second part is meiosis 2. Ang tawag dito ay equational division. Very similar din ito kay mitosis dahil meron itong 4 basic na steps. Ito yung prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. Now let us watch this video in order for us to understand more about meiosis.
Meiosis begins with prophase 1. In this stage, the DNA condenses to form chromosomes. Here we see the duplicated sister chromatids joined together at the centromere. They stay fused at the centromere throughout meiosis 1. Next, each pair of homologous chromosomes undergoes synapsis to form a complex involving 2 pairs of sister chromatids. Chromosomal material is exchanged between the 2 pairs of sister chromatids. This event is called recombination, or more commonly, crossing over. After crossing over, the sister chromatids for each chromosome are no longer identical to one another. This is one of the reasons why no 2 siblings, aside from twins, are genetically identical. There are several more key steps in prophase 1. The nuclear membrane begins to break down. Then, the two centrosomes migrate to opposite ends of the cell and microtubules appear. The microtubules then attach to the chromosomes. The next phase of meiosis I is called metaphase I. Here, the synapsed chromosomes align at the equator of the cell. The chromosomes align randomly, which results in different combinations each time meiosis occurs. The next phase is anaphase I. During this phase, homologous chromosomes separate and migrate to the two poles of the cell. Importantly, the sister chromatids remain attached at their centromeres. The final steps of meiosis I are telophase I and cytokinesis. Here, the cell divides into two daughter cells. Each of these two cells now undergo meiosis II. Meiosis II is similar to mitosis. The first stage of meiosis II is prophase II. Again, chromosomes condense, the nuclear envelope breaks down, and the spindle apparatus forms. The major difference between prophase II and prophase I is the fact that the daughter cells have only one copy of each homologous chromosome. So in prophase II, there is no synapsis of homologous chromosomes or crossing over. In metaphase II, the chromosomes align at the equator of the cell. Again, the alignment is random. Since the sister chromatids are no longer identical, there will be many different possible ways for these chromosomes to align. In anaphase II, the sister chromatids are pulled apart as the microtubules shorten. Also, the ends of the cell are pushed farther apart as microtubules elongate. In telophase II, the nuclear membrane reforms and the cytoplasm is divided into the two haploid daughter cells. This division is called cytokinesis. Since meiosis II began with two cells, and each of those cells were split into two cells, we now have four unique haploid cells at the end of meiosis. These cells are gametes. Two gametes, one from a father and one from a mother, may fuse to produce a diploid embryo. The resulting embryo then grows through many cycles of mitosis.
Once again, take a look at the summary of the stages of meiosis. Prophase I, metaphase I, anaphase I, telophase I, and cytokinesis. Prophase II, metaphase II, anaphase II, telophase II, and cytokinesis. Please to remember what is happening in each stage of meiosis. Ang mitosis and meiosis ay very important sa tinatawag natin na human cycle. Nag-i-start ang human cycle sa union ng two sex cells. Ito yung sperm cell or spermatozoon na galing sa tatay at egg cell or ovum na galing naman sa nanay. Kapag nag-unite si sperm cell and egg cell, magkakaroon ngayon ng tinatawag natin na fertilization. Dito na mapuproduce si zygote. Si zygote ay meron siyang 46 number ng chromosomes. Yung one set doon na 23 galing yun sa father at yung another set na 23 galing naman yun sa mother. Si zygote mag-undergo yan ng series of cell division na tinatawag natin na mitosis hanggang sa yung embryo na yan ma-form at continue na ma-develop yung embryo dun sa kanyang growth and maturation na tinatawag natin na baby hanggang dun sa adult stage ng baby na yon. Yung process ng cell division by mitosis, isa rin yung paraan para ma-form yung mga bagong tissues and organs at ma-repair yung mga damage at yung mga old tissues. Within the body of males and females, meron tinatawag na special sex organs na pinuproduce ng sex cells. Sa lalaki, tawag ng spermatogenesis na nag-o-occur sa testis, while naman sa babae, ang tawag naman doon ay oogenesis na nag-o-occur sa ovary. Very important sa human cycle yung process ng meiosis kasi nire-reduce niya yung number ng chromosomes from diploid to haploid. Yung reduction ng number ng chromosomes na yan ay essential yan para ma-maintain yung chromosome number once na si spermatozoon nag-unite siya with an ovum during fertilization. Yung 46 chromosomes na makikita sa diploid cells ng tao ay mini-maintain yan from one generation to the next through the cycle of meiosis. Kapag walang meiosis, yung chromosome number ng body cells ay madodouble yon in each generation. So hindi na siya matatawag na human beings kapag more than 46 na yung number ng chromosomes. Once again, take a look at the summary of the mitosis and meiosis of cell divisions in animal cells. These are the features. Cell where it occurs, mitosis, meiosis. Final chromosome number, mitosis, meiosis. Number of cell division per DNA replication, mitosis, meiosis. Number of cells formed per cycle, mitosis, meiosis. Daughter cells, mitosis, meiosis. And function, mitosis, meiosis. Sa human cycle, na-mention kanina yung dalawang sex cells. Sa lalaki, ang tawag ay spermatogenesis, sa babae naman, oogenesis. So what is the difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis? As mentioned a while ago, spermatogenesis is the gamete or sex cell formation among all male animals, kasama na doon yung human beings. Itong process na to ay nag-o-occur yan dun sa male reproductive organ na tinatawag na testes. Yung testes, nagko-contain yan ng sperm and the male hormones na naka-house naman doon sa tinatawag natin na scrotum, na kung saan yan ay nakahang outside the main body cavity, usually sa pagitan yan ng dalawang hita ng lalaki. Sa loob nitong testes na to, meron itong mga compartments na tinatawag na seminiferous tubules, na kung saan ito yung specific sites na si sperm cells ay napoproduce. Lying near the inside wall ng seminiferous tubules ay yung mga diploid cells na tinatawag na spermatogonia. Spermatogonium kapag singular. At dito rin makikita si Sertoli cells na kung saan tinatawag din silang mga nurse cells. Sila yung nagsusupport ng maturation ng spermatogonia. Itong diploid na spermatogonium, mag-i-increase yan ng size at magiging large immature germ cell na tinatawag na spermatocyte. Ito yun. Yung spermatocyte na yan, mag-undergo yan ng meiosis 1 na kung saan magpuproduce siya ng tinatawag natin na 2 secondary spermatocytes. Yung bawat secondary spermatocyte na yan, mag-undergo yan ng meiosis 2 at magde-develop itong tail na to, tulad na nakita nyo dito, at magiging male gametes yan na tinatawag na sperm cell. Habang si spermatogenesis nagpo-proceed yan, itong matured na sperm cells, magmamigrate yan to the outermost edge of the seminiferous tubules at temporary ma-store yan dito sa epididymis bago siya ma-release through the male urethra. Ito yung duct or yung tube na dinadaanan din ng urine or ihe. Yung full process ng spermatogenesis ay umaabot ng 10 weeks sa human male. Yung mga cells doon sa testes from which the sperm cells will develop ay patuloy yan na puproduce throughout the male's reproductive years. Ang katumbas naman na sex cells sa mga babae ay tinatawag na oogenesis. Ang oogenesis, ito yung gamete or sex cell formation among females kasama na yung human beings. Usually, nag-o-occur to doon sa female reproductive organs na tinatawag natin na ovary. During cytokinesis after ng meiosis 1, itong si cytoplasm hindi na siya nagdi-divide equally. Kaya isa sa mga resulting egg cells gets nearly all the cytoplasm than the other. Itong bigger cell, ultimately, siya yung nagiging egg cell. Ito namang isa na natira na very small ay tinatawag na polar body. Itong polar body na to, magdi-divide siya ulit, pero yung cells hindi na magsusurvive. Itong remaining na bigger cell, mag-undergo yan ng meiosis 2, and yung division ng egg cell na yan during cytokinesis ay hindi ulit magiging equal. Itong larger cell, magde-develop yan into a haploid gamete na tinatawag na ovum or commonly known as egg. Itong smaller cell na to, which is the second polar body, ay hindi yan magsusurvive at mamamatay. Because of the bigger share of cytoplasm, itong mature ovum na to will contain more nutrients in preparation to support a young organism in case na si ovum ay ma-fertilize ni sperm cell. Si oogenesis or yung egg development ay nagsisimula yan bago ipanganak yung female. Kumbaga nasa womb pa lang siya ng mother niya. During embryonic development, bago yung birth, si cell nagdi-divide yan by mitosis para mag-produce ng 2 million na immature cells na tinatawag na oogonia. Once na pinanganak yung babae, yung ovary niya contains all the immature egg cells na dadaling niya hanggang sa kanyang lifetime. By the time na ma-reach na yung kanyang puberty, only 25% ng 2 million na yun na immature eggs ang mananatili, which is about 400,000 only. Yung remaining na immature cells, mag-undergo yun ng meiosis 1 pero nakapause siya at prophase 1. Kasi itong mga immature eggs na to, mag-aantay yan for a while hanggang sa ma-reach ni female yung kanyang puberty stage. At kapag yung hormone niya rin mag-simulate ng immature eggs para makomplete yung meiosis 1. Sa buong buhay ng babae, out of 400,000 na nagsimula sa puberty, only 300 to 400 eggs lang ang magmamature at tatawagin na ovum. Hindi yun magmamature at mag-undergo ng meiosis 2 hanggat hindi siya napafertilize ni sperm cell. Kaya only after fertilization lang si oogenesis magiging kompleto. So kapag ang babae nag-asawa siya ng 30 years old, ibig sabihin yung kanyang immature egg ay nasa 30 years old na rin bago makomplete yung meiosis. And yung mga female, nag-i-stop yung kanilang menstruation sa edad na 45 to 55 years old. Ito rin yung event sa buhay ng babae na kung saan hindi na siya mag-ovulate or wala na siyang kakayahan na mag-bear ng baby or manganak. Yan ay clear signal na rin na wala na siyang immature eggs na natitira para ma-develop doon sa kanyang ovaries. Once again, take a look at the summary of spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Location. Number of gametes produced. Gametes per germ cell. Beginning process. Timing of gamete formation. End of process. Timing of gamete release. And meiotic divisions. Finally, this ends this video discussion. I hope that you're able to understand everything about cell. I hope that next time you will still join me in my next science video discussion. Thank you for listening.